Yeah. The dimension of physicality is you, your physical life, your body. The dimension of soul of physicality is that love you feel. Is the dimension of interaction of the fields of the physical life. The dimension of the soul is what connects you to the outside world of your physicality with this limitation. Your body walks, you eat, you feed it, you do everything else with it. But everything you do is not just eating it because I have to eat. You eat it according to what emotion it gives you. You kiss your partner because it gives you a confirmation of I exist. Somebody loves me and I can love back. You have a desire, or you take an apple, you think of one apple, you get up and you go to the fridge and you pick up an apple to eat it. Because my physical body has a need, a love, or emotion to connect with that apple. I call it consuming, but in a way, the apple calls me, I'm here for you. You don't want me? It's not that just, oh, I feel an apple and I go and get it. In a way, they feel the strength of the apple in the fridge is there, I'm here, nobody wants me. Oh, I have a fridge in the apple in the fridge, and I'll go and get it. So we have to understand a lot. This is what we call the soul of physicality. It's connected to you. The soul of the man is, you're sitting in this room, you're still enjoying the apple, your limitation is the wall because it's around you, you don't see any beyond it. If there is a window open, you see the neighbors across the road, but your mother is sitting in New York, you are in London. Then, oh, I feel something wrong with mom. Now, the man limitation cannot go. Your limitation is the wall, you're entrapped in the dimension of sex. But your energy, which is connected to your mom, it says, there is a problem with mom. Because you have not learned to carry on with that communication all the time. Mom, how are you? How are you feeling? I want to feel. Oh, this is your kidney. You had a brain hemorrhage. Oh, you're happy because my sister from another place has come to see you. You have to pick up the phone. You open the line and call, Mom, I just thought about you. Are you happy? I felt you're sad. Hello? You ignored the line of communication of your soul with your mother, and you still, because you're so physical, you keep that phone with you. And we ignored that part. And this system of communication is working 24 hours a day. Doesn't go to sleep, doesn't need food, doesn't need rest, and is working continuously because it feeds itself through the fields of the universe. Elevation comes through physical consumption. So now you understand the difference. It's your physical body on the sofa, it's your emotion of enjoying the odor, the essence, the touch, the feeling, the warmth, the everything else with that apple you're chewing. But this is limited to the wall. You cannot see beyond the dimension of physicality of the wall. But the soul feels the mother in New York. And that's your soul. And this is what we denied. And the more and more we become closer, the more and more we become aware of, you just don't need to talk. Because you use that line of communication. Because you learn a new language. You go to language lessons, you watch television programs to learn French, to learn German, and the language which you know you denied. I have a gorgeous feeling and understanding of this. When we came to England in 1970s, my younger brother went to one of the exclusive private schools in England. He looked a little bit Pakistani, because you can say the difference between the Pakistanis and Indians, and a little bit Harvard. He had that inclination towards that. But he wanted to learn English, and he didn't want to interact with the Iranians in his school. And those days, it was a rich time, half of the school were the Iranians. So anybody asked him, are you Iranian? He says, no, I'm from Pakistan. Then they couldn't speak to him Farsi, and he had to speak English because he wanted to learn English. One day, a Pakistani guy says, if you're Pakistani, why don't you speak Urdu? He says, nothing to do with you. I don't like to speak Urdu. He denied himself because he chose to learn a new language, to be in the environment, to learn the culture, but he had no choice. It was the only private school in the city, and that's how he had to go, where to go. He was conditioned. But we used to laugh at him. Even till he was alive, I used to call him Pakistani Motion, because he, with that way, learned to become. He became more English than the Englishman. He learned every facet of how to live, to talk, to be, but he was a pure Iranian in his culture, in living, and everything else. So we are in the same position. We deny ourselves because it suits us to be in that position. We deny our soul. We deny what is natural to us because we've been told to deny, because with that, the religious people can abuse us. The denial of the soul has come out of the religion, out of the belief, not out of our choice of us. And anybody who connects to it, is something wrong with. If you heard a new controversy which has been going around the Keshe Foundation, I explain to you, it's very easy. Now that we start teaching about the soul, the understanding and the work and all the work we do, a sect of the Christianity has said this is Antichrist, because they said when the Christ comes, these things will appear first. They don't say these things appear because the time has come. And now this sect of Christians, oh, something wrong with Keshe Foundation. They're Antichrist. Because they said these are the sign when the promised one comes. So if we are the sign, how could it be anti? It doesn't work. Because we are part of it. You denied the existence of your soul to yourself because it's brainwashed. How do we know the difference? You don't need to know the difference. It's you. There has never been a difference. Your sofa, your body on it, you enjoying the apple, that's the wall giving you the limitation. But this can jump out, can be somewhere else. When we did a test with the Chinese military in the summer of this year, they said, oh, you're producing material inside the room. And this is what is created here. When the military officers were walking outside, it says it's coming outside too. It's got nothing to do with the walls. The walls and the glass don't stop it. It's raining the same outside. Because the military generals never understood this is a plasma, has no physical dimension. And this is the same with you. Your soul has no physical. It's shiny, it rains, it goes outside. You blocked, you imprisoned the body on the sofa. The guy is free. You're a prisoner. The soul is free and travels the span of the universe. And sometimes when in his travel, in touch, it comes to understand and work with others, and gets enlightened, we get the beautiful people like Tesla. The enlightenment of the information, the understanding of it, becomes the most admired scientist in the world of electronics or electricals and magnetic fields. Because the limitation of the knowledge in the dimension of physicality is the wall you created around it, you sit in it. It's not limitation to the energy inside you, which is your soul, which travels the span of the universe. How many times you sat somewhere and you were sitting and says, oh, I can do this different. And you get up and you do so. Oh, this is a new thing, new invention, new thing. Hello? Did that come to you while you were sitting there when the soul was traveling? Did part of it come from intuition and then you translated it into this and it became something new for you? Is that the daydream you call now enlightened, or something came to me and I tested it and it works? Then you understand. As I said, we are all in it. Is accepting it, understanding it, and what we do with it. I sat with my sister discussing about, and I've said this before, homeopathy. She's a homeopathy doctor. And she was telling me this and this and that. I tried to explain to her, this is not the way you understand it. How it works is different. And in discussion, I fell asleep. She was sitting next to me. And I woke up. She said, I saw you downloading. Because I got up, I said, I'm going to write a paper about homeopathy that you understand. You learn the physical dimension. You don't understand the field dimension of it. And I wrote the paper after homeopathy within hours. And she said, I watched you. You were downloading information. The way your body, your eyes were moving is not normal. I said, does it matter? Now you know the fact. Now you know the truth. How he came, asleep, awake, running, in shower, whatever. Because it's the knowledge we have to accept. And this is what we call the soul. And we have denied this to ourselves. Next time when you say, oh, I felt this, say, my soul tells me this and I do that. And I had a lot of people, very recently, one of the knowledge seekers writing that to me. My soul told me, Mr. Keshe. I said, your soul told you, but you are misinformed by the knowledge because then you need somebody to confirm it to you. We have to understand horses for courses. Your physicality is for a dimension of your existence. Your soul of physicality is for its interaction with its environment, emotionally, and how they react physically. And then the soul is this body of you, and the software has a fuel tank which is connected to the others. It is not petroleum, is magnetic field. With the petroleum you need a tank to hold it. With the magnetic field of the soul you need the universe, not even to contain it, but to understand where it goes.